Right, let's get to Manchester United and fresh developments this morning. A second bid from Sheikh Jassim has now gone in more than 48 hours after the deadline. Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, who's been across this story from minute one, joins us now. OK, Kaveh, look, the bid has finally gone in. But what do we know about the bid and why the delay?
Well, the reason there was a delay is that the soft deadline was 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. On Tuesdays, the Qataris asked for more time to submit their bid, and that was granted to them. And overnight, the bid did go in. This is a second improved bid. We're being told it is highly competitive, but at the same time, it is considered and rational. Of course, everybody wants to know how much the bid is worth. That exact figure is not being given away, but we do know that in the first round of bids, the highest bids were around £4.5 billion. And we also know that the Glazers want at least £6 billion. So there is a feeling that these new bids that have gone in from Sir Jim Ratcliffe Ineos and also from Sheikh Jassim from Qatar are around £5 billion. But remember, the Glazers want at least 6, and there's still a chance that they may not sell the club at all.
Kaveh, you said there from the Qatari perspective that they needed extra time for this bid. From a cynic's perspective, some might say, really? This is a bit of gamesmanship at play.
Like a sort of game of poker. They wanted other people to put their bids in before they put their bids in. I hear what you're saying. I think there were some concerns that the Qataris were playing games because they went very, very quiet all week. There was this request that went in on Tuesday for more time, and then there was total radio silence until the bid went in overnight last night. There were people, especially in the US, who were beginning to wonder whether the Qataris were actually going to bid. But the information we had, which turned out to be rock solid information, was that the Qataris were going to bid. They were just taking their time. What you say is absolutely true. One way of looking at this could be the Qataris are just playing a little bit of poker. They want to make the Glazers sweat a little bit. They don't want to make the Glazers think that they're desperate to buy Manchester United. But of course, behind the scenes, they are 100% committed to buying Manchester United, but they want to make sure that they get the best possible price.
You say making the Glazers sweat. What do you think the Glazers are thinking with this delay?
Well, look, the Glazers have not been personally involved in the process, so they haven't spoken to any of the bidders at all. But obviously, if they are going to sell the club, they want as much interest as possible. They want as much money as possible being put on the table. And from what we've been hearing, I think it's safe to say that Sheikh Jassim and the Qataris are the favourites because they have the deepest pockets. But I think a lot of people have been very impressed with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos and the way they've conducted themselves, especially on their visit to Old Trafford and Carrington, more than a week ago. So they have quietly gone about their business. They've done exactly what's been asked of them, and they have also put in a very competitive bid. And I think as far as Manchester United being sold to new owners, if the Glazers are going to leave, if they really do leave, then they're going to be replaced either by Sheikh Jassim and Qatar or Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos. But of course now we've got to go to the next stage of the process, and it's for Rain, the bank handling the sale, and also the Glazers to decide what they want to do.
Yeah, so you say the next stage of the process. Just very briefly, what does happen next?
Well, the next stage of the process has already kind of started because when the bids came in on Wednesday, Rain started looking at them, started evaluating them. So internally, a lot of work had been going on. It wasn't a case of they were waiting for Sheikh Jassim to put his bid in before they moved on to the next stage of the process. The next stage of the process is happening at the moment over the next few days as well. All the proposals will be looked at, they will be evaluated, and then it will be up to Rain and the Glazers to decide whether there's going to be one preferred bidder or two preferred bidders, or they may say that, look, we're just going to have another round of bids as well. Obviously, if you're the Glazers or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you want to be the preferred bidder, you want to have exclusivity. And if that happens, I think the process could move along pretty quickly, but there may well be still another round of bids. And also, we keep saying this, we still don't know 100% that the Glazers do want to sell. They will sell if the price is right.
Who will be the buyer of Manchester United? Personally, tell me in the comments.